Freshmen aren't supposed to look that comfortable that quickly on that stage. How were you able to pull it off?
Just the help of my teammates. They put all the confidence in me and just allow me to go out and play freely.
Now, after you played your part in what is being called the play, we just saw it, when you helped send the Elite Eight game to overtime, you said your heart was beating like crazy inside, but you didn't want to celebrate too early, as you had your calm demeanor on the outside this whole run. What was really going on the inside for you these last 3 weeks?
Just super excited and just extremely thankful to make it this far.
And lastly, I got to ask you, where does, stand up with me here. Come on. Let's go. Where does that come from, Key? Where does that calm demeanor, that cool collective presence come from? Because you didn't learn it here, you had it right from the get-go.
Just being a point guard, you got to be able to stay calm in tough moments, and just didn't want to celebrate too early when we were in overtime.
Imagine this guy when he's a senior. Really great. All right, I got to make my way down the line here because these two will forever be linked. Mamadi Diakite. So here we sit. You and Key will forever be linked by that play in Louisville, Kentucky. 25 years from now, is he on your speed dial? Are you guys, is this going to be an annual type deal, you and him?
For sure.
And what will you say to Key every time you call him? How are you going to lead into that conversation?
You remember that pass you gave me, and we're able to go to for the first time in a long time.
Key's answer will be yes. But I got to ask this too. You're kind of the custodian of this hardware here. How did you get to be the guy who carries this thing around everywhere?
Could you repeat that, please?
He does speak 5 languages, so I'll give him a break. I said, you get to carry this trophy everywhere you go, it seems like. How did you get to be the guy that carries this thing everywhere?
Jackson right here. He makes me do it every time. Since he's a senior, I gotta do it.
Last year with that, Mamadi. Last year with that. So I want to also ask you, you look like a completely different player in this tournament run. You were consistent all the way through. What changed for you that you were able to be so dominant and so consistent throughout this run through March for you come tournament time?
First, I love my coaches, I love my teammates, and I wanted to bring out my best to help and to accomplish something that we've never done before. So, you know, I just try to do what we call the dirty job. We're here now, so I guess it paid off.
Okay. I'm going to let you go on this. Now, I said it just a moment ago. You speak 5 languages fluently. I want you to tell all of Wahoo Nation that you and the Cavaliers are the national champions, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, in Malinke.
Yes, sir. It won't be long, but it's under the équipe follow the Sanyin Karo.
On my hit list, I'm going to sit with you since you saved this chair just for me, Braxton. But Braxton Key. Braxton, you were one of the many heroes from that championship game. As you played such an integral role for this team in that game, a career high 10 rebounds, one of the biggest plays of the game. On a game-saving block in the closing moments of regulation against Texas Tech. To take us through that final possession that you kept your team in it going into overtime. In regulation, you blocked what would have been the game-winning shot for Texas Tech.
First of all, I wanted to be on the ball. Me and Jerome were going to switch spots, and he was just like, no, bro, you got it. And I was like, all right, I mean, you've been doing a great job on the overall game, but I got you. And then, I mean, I was just trying not to foul and just made a big play for the team.
Was that terrifying in some ways? Because you make a mistake one way too much or one way too little. Either you foul or you leave him open and he hits that shot. There is no less forgiving scenario to be facing. Except maybe Kyle Guy might argue that point, but go ahead.
Exactly. I mean, I don't want to foul, but I don't want to give him too much space. I mean, after what happened last night, it's all going for Kyle to get fouled. I mean, some people say it was a foul, some don't, but we'll live with it.
It was a foul. Yours was not. But, Braxton, you really did personify this idea of patience. I know the minutes weren't quite where you would like them to have been throughout a number of those games in the tournament, about 10 minutes a game, but you played 29 huge minutes in the championship game. What were you telling yourself in those games leading up?
I mean, Coach Bennett, Coach Wilford, they were telling me to stay patient. Coach O, they just told me to stay patient. Kyle, everyone just told me to stay patient. I mean, shout out to everybody, but Mamadi. I mean, everyone just said to stay patient. I mean, it's obviously harder going through it and just trying to deal with it, but I mean, I knew we had a big chance to win it all, so I just had to wait my turn.
You weren't even sure if you'd be playing this season when you transferred from Auburn, or I should say from Alabama. Now that you play with Virginia Tech, we'll never make that mistake again. But when you transfer from Alabama, and here we sit, 1 year later, could you have ever, in your wildest dreams, imagined you'd be sitting in the seat having this conversation with this as a backdrop?
No, I mean, I talked to my stepdad about it, and he was like, I mean, last year you were watching basketball early in March, so just to be in this situation with these great fans, and we're so glad we can come here and celebrate with you guys, it means a lot. Yeah! All right, next on my hit list, that's right, the senior, Jack Salt. Jack Salt, the lone senior for this team. Jack, you've been a part of 118 wins in your class. That is the most in the history of any class of Virginia basketball. Big Jack, can you believe you've been a part of this many wins?
No, this has been amazing. I've had the opportunity to be a part of a great team. I've met some of my best friends for life being at this school, and thanks to Coach Bennett for letting me come here. I've had an amazing experience.
All right, I think I know the answer, the first answer you're going to give me to this question. In all that time, I would guess, maybe I'm being presumptuous with this, but your favorite memory from that time might have been cutting down that net. Aside from that, do you have a favorite moment from all your time here?
I mean, I'd say just hanging out with my teammates every day. Just the bonds I've made with some of these guys has been awesome, and that's the thing I'm going to carry on after basketball.
Yeah, you are the ultimate team guy. You played with a lot of different guys, too, and we've talked a little bit about the guys that helped lay the foundation for this program, and a lot of those guys were there on Monday night and on Saturday as well at the Final Four. How much of a chance have you had to be in contact with some of those former players or former teammates that helped lay the bricks for this moment here we're sitting on right now?
Yeah, for sure. I've said that many times. Those guys have laid the foundation for us to be where we are right now. The culture change started with them, so to pay tribute to them, I've tried to reach back to as many of those guys and just say thank you.
All right, so this is your last chance to talk, our last chance to catch up with you. What's next for Jack Salt?
Keep playing professionally. Just sign an agent. And, see where life takes me.
All right, best of luck, my friend. Thanks for all the memories. And, Coach wants you to do a haka. I don't think we're going to get that. We're lucky we got the interview, but... Y'all gonna do the hockey? You need to charge, Mamadi.
We love you, Jack!
All right, moving down my list here. All right, it's the moment he's been dreading. DeAndre Hunter. Everybody said, when is Dre going to break out and have his dominant takeover game? Nothing like saving the best for last, my man.
Yeah, I wasn't playing well for most of the tournament, but it was the last game of the year. I knew I had to be aggressive, and no matter how many shots I missed, I was going to go out being aggressive.
What did it feel like? What goes through your mind when you hit arguably the biggest shot in the history of the program on a three-pointer to send the national championship to overtime, with everything on the line? What went through your mind leading into that moment, and once you saw the ball go through the cylinder?
I was honestly hoping that Tyler would pass the ball. He was shooting a lot. So he passed it to me in the corner. It was a good pass. I was in rhythm, and it's a shot I shoot all the time in practice, so I decided to knock it down.
How long did it take you to process that whole moment?
That shot?
How long did it take you to process that whole moment?
Till the next day, really. I just kept seeing it, and it was just like, it was crazy that it was me and that did that.
All right, Dre. Congratulations, my man. All right. Gotta keep this thing moving. Mr. Guy, it's your turn, buddy. It may have been the biggest shot in the history of the program, but nobody's ever made bigger free throws than you have to send that game to the national championship against Auburn. 3 shots to define a legacy in many ways. I think those final 14 seconds actually took about 8 minutes in real time. Tell folks what that 8-minute stretch was like for you.
Yeah, we just, tried to buckle down and be as disciplined as possible. We were laser focused all of March, and we did a great job of executing and just, never giving up, even though we were down in some instances, and we did our job.
When you're sitting on that stage after it's all through with your teammates, you're named the Final Four's most outstanding player. What goes through your mind?
Well, at first I was a little bit upset because I felt like Tyler Dre should have got it, but I wish. Yeah, I know, I'm the romantic of the group.
That's why you're getting married.
Right. So, but again, I'm just so thankful for this coaching staff and this team. They have so much confidence in me. So I was honored to be, the mop.
The mop, the man on the mob, whatever you want to call it. You're the MVP, the most outstanding player. Congratulations, Kyle.
Thank you, guys.
All right, last on my list here. Hi, Jerome. I'm not sure in all my time doing this I've ever seen anybody play with as much competitive fire as you through the years. And I'll start with a question I just asked, kind of alluded to earlier with Kihei, but where does that fire come from for you?
Just wanting to win so bad, with my teammates, with these coaches, for these fans. Just wanting to win and all the work we put in.
There have been a lot of doubters, a lot of critics around not only just this team, its style, but you, even in particular, people thought you wouldn't be able to do this. I gotta ask you, how did it feel to be able to raise that championship trophy in front of all those doubters?
Honestly, it's not even about them. It was about us, about our coaches. And, it was a dream come true.
And I gotta ask you my last question here. If there's one thing you would like Virginia fans to remember about you in your time here at UVA, what would it be?
A good teammate, a good person off the court, and a national champion.
Run it back!
remembered by all those things, to be sure. All right, we thought we'd round out this event the same way that it has been done for the past 4 decades or so. It's one shining moment